Welcome back to another short story. This one's called Evil Red Riding Hood. If you like it, hit that like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike. And if you're new around here, press that subscribe button. As the moon shone brightly in the midnight sky, a small cottage stood deep in the heart of the dark woods. The cottage was small and humble, yet it had a certain charm to it. It was here that the infamous Little Red Riding Hood lived with her grandmother after the sudden deaths of her parents. Red Riding Hood was known to be a beautiful yet a terrible girl. She had piercing red eyes and a wicked smile, which gave her an eerie appearance. Her blonde locks were always styled in two braids, and her red cloak was her signature outfit. Red Riding Hood had a very short fuse, and she was feared by all the villagers, and anyone who crossed her path would face her wrath. Many whispered about the evil deeds of Red Riding Hood. It was said that she killed her parents, then a few weeks later her grandmother died, and then lied to everyone, blaming it on a kind wolf that lived in the woods. The villagers believed her tale, and they went hunting for the wolf in the woods, not knowing the truth was far from what Little Red Riding Hood told them. But the villagers couldn't find the wolf. The wolf was known to be kind and gentle. He had taken in Red Riding Hood after her parents' and grandmother's untimely deaths. He raised her as his own, showering her with love and care. But Red Riding Hood was a cruel and ungrateful child. She would often hurt and torment the wolf, blaming him for her misfortunes. One day, as the wolf was out hunting, Red Riding Hood stumbled upon a beautiful red rose in the wood. Filled with envy, she plucked the flower and made her way back to the cottage. As she entered the cottage, she saw the wolf preparing a delicious meal for her. In a fit of rage, she accused him of stealing the rose from the woods. Then all of a sudden, she attacked him with a knife. The wolf, who had never harmed a soul in his life, was overwhelmed with shock and pain. In self-defense, he scratched Red Riding Hood, leaving a deep scar on her face. Filled with hatred and anger, Red Riding Hood fled the cottage, leaving the wolf injured and alone. She made her way to the village and spun a tale of how the wolf had attacked her. The villagers who already feared the wolf believed her story and set out to hunt down the kind creature. Back in the woods, the wolf was struggling to survive. He felt betrayed by the very person he had nurtured and loved. In his final moments, he thought of all the good times he had spent with Red Riding Hood and couldn't understand why she turned out to be so evil. As the wolf took his last breath, the truth was revealed to the villagers. They saw the scar on Red Riding Hood's face and realized that she was the evil one and not the wolf. Filled with guilt and remorse, the villagers buried the wolf and banished Red Riding Hood from the village forever. From that day on, the cottage in the woods stood abandoned, becoming a reminder of the tragedy that had taken place. The villagers learned a valuable lesson that day. Never judge someone based on appearance, for even the kindest of creatures can be misunderstood.